It turned on live before I was ready to, so I don't even have the phone in the holder yet. So bear with me. Not sure why it did that, but it did. So I will have to adjust and get everything where I think it's needed. So let me get everything in place so I can see what you guys are seeing on the computer to know how to adjust my layout here. This is game 5, by the way. Detroit has won the last 2 to even the series at 2 games apiece. Hello, Ben. How are you doing? 2 games apiece. And this is the pivotal game 5. I mean, no other way to say it. It's pivotal game 5. Looks like I do have room to move this over. So I will do so. And let's see here. Let's bring this down just a hair. A little further, maybe. Try it like that. There we go. I think that works best right there. One change. Nelson Briles will be in the bullpen for the Cardinals now since he is no longer starting. He started game number 3, but he is not starting anymore this series. It's going to be Carlton, and then we're going to have other starters, and then Bob Gibson game 7. So Nelson Briles has taken the place of the other guy I had listed in the bullpen, Washburn. And I noticed Washburn was a starter, did not have any relief ratings, so I really didn't want to use him. So Nelson Briles will be taking his spot. And Dick Hughes will be starting game 6. And if it goes to 7, it'll be Bob Gibson. Hello, Tom. Hello, Philip. How are you? And yes, I know the Kansas City Chiefs are playing the Baltimore Ravens, and I could care less. This is my anti-NFL version. I don't give a crap about the NFL. I spit on the NFL. This is my version of taking a knee during their national anthem. So this is just, we're just going to play baseball. I could care less about the NFL. They can all pound sand as far as I'm concerned. All right. We are ready to go. Steve Carlton, this is his first start. His only start, because I'm using the as-played lineups as best I can for the Cardinals. And in the World Series in '67, this was the only game that Steve Carlton appeared in as a starter. He did not have any relief appearances. Now for the Tigers, there's one big change for the Tigers. The first base position has been really horrible. They can't get anything out of either Eddie Matthews or Norm Cash. So they have made a bold move moving Bill Freehand to first base and bringing Jim Price in to catch. So Jim Price will bat 8th and catch, and Freehand will move to first base. And they've moved Dick Tracewski all the way up to 2nd in the order because he's right-handed, and they've dropped the left-handed Northrup down to 6th. So that's what they're doing there. Cardinal lineup pretty much status quo. So just thought I'd make you alert of that change there. So they do have a lot of lefties on the bench. I mean, you've got that should be a lefty there for Cash. I don't know why it says right-handed. Should be left-handed. So they got Stanley and Euler from the right-hand side, but they have 4 lefties: Cash, Green, Matthews, and Lumpy to turn to when the Cardinals bring in, if they bring in a right-handed reliever. So that's what. Yep, Philip, he was with the Cardinals earlier. I think he got traded to the Phillies for Rick Wise, but don't quote me on it. But I think that was in 1970, either 71 or 72, I think. I'm not sure. It might have been 71 that he was traded for Rick Wise. All right, so Game 5, critical Game 5, and of course, travel day tomorrow, so there'll be no game tomorrow night. On Saturday night, we'll have Game 6 from Tiger Stadium. And it will be, for the Tigers, it'll be left-hander Mickey Lolich. And for the Cardinals, it'll be right-hander Dick Hughes. So that's the matchup in Game 6. If it goes to Game 7, it'll be a rematch of Games 1 and 4. Earl Wilson against Bob Gibson, if it goes to 7 games. All right. Hello, Jeremy. How you doing? So we're going to get going here. Steve Carlton will be facing Dick McAuliffe. I think everything looks about as good as I can get it right now. I could get close to the cards, but I would lose some of the peripherals, I think. So I think I'm going to keep with what I've got. Hopefully the focus is okay. If it's not, somebody let me know. So hello, Gary. How are you? So Carlton facing McAuliffe. 4-3 is a strikeout chance. 11. He strikes out at 11, but the stadium takes one away, so there is no strikeout. McAuliffe is given a reprieve by Busch Stadium. So McAuliffe will swing it 5-3. He flies to right, though, so that's one away. So we're underway in Game 5. Series tied at 2 apiece. Here is Dick Tracewski in an unfamiliar number 2 position. Normally he's hitting 8th. 6-4 is a strikeout. That's a 9. 10 -1's a 9. Strikes him out. So Tracewski is out on strikes. And here's K-Line. Whoop. Suedice. Let's try that again. Carlton to K-Line. 4-5, and that's a strikeout chance. 11, way too high for that. We go to K-Line. 6-1, single to second. So K-Line is aboard on a 2-out single. His attempt is a 1 to get the lead. Cannot do it, so he will stand pat for Willie Horton. 2 outs, runner on first. Carlton 2-2, walk plus, so he will walk Willie Horton. And that's going to put 2 on with 2 outs. Carlton started the inning fine, but now 2 base runners have turned it into a clutch situation for Bill Freehand, the first baseman in this game, not catcher, first baseman. Carlton 1-6, strikeout 20, too high. We go to Freehand. 5-6, and against the lefty, it's a single pass short. Single pass short. Let's get our chart out. S6 to score from second. On an S6, you merely need a 3. K-Line's a 4, so he will score. And the Tigers put up a run here in the first inning to keep their hot ways going. Horton does not have a 5 rating in speed, so he will stop at second. But Bill Freehand, RBI single. Tigers lead 1-0. After Carlton got the first 2 out, all of a sudden now the Tigers are revving it up. That's a 1, but nobody's going to try to steal anything. Carlton, 5-6. That's a walk chance, 5, and he does walk him. Second walk issued by Carlton. So 2 singles and 2 walks after the first 2 are out have loaded the bases and produced a run now for Don Wirt. Don Wirt. Chance for the Tigers to really erupt here. 5-2 is a blank. We go to Wirt's card. 2-3. However, he's going to star 4, which is a fly to left. And Brock puts it away, and the Tigers will leave them loaded. They could come back to regret that. A run on 2 hits, but 3 left on. That's the key number. If they lose this game, they can come back and look at the first inning where they left the bases loaded. I mean, that could really, that's almost a momentum breaker right there. All right, Joe Sparma, 16-game winner in 1967. He will be out to start the bottom of the first with a 1-run lead. And Lou Brock is your leadoff man. Sparma, 1-5. Range play at the park. Going to Busch Stadium right away for a range play. It's a 5-5. Pops up to the catcher, so we're checking the range of the new catcher, Price, who's only a 2. It's only a 2. And he can't get it. So the pop-up, I believe, is just going to be a foul ball, but we'll double-check it. Failed range play. On a pop, it's just a foul. So pop up, it's a foul. P2 is a foul. So we're going to reboot. Brock gets a swing on the house. Sparma 2-1. Strikeout 20 is too much. We go to Brock. 2-4. That is a star 5, which is a ground ball to second. 1 away. So Brock is retired, and here's Curt Flood. 5-2 is a walk chance, but again, 20 too high. Go to Flood. 4-2, star 3 is a ground ball to short. So Sparma off to a good start. Here's Roger Maris. 5-5, strikeout chance, 5, got him. And we go to the second inning, 1-0. Second inning, and it's going to be Price, the catcher, followed by Sparma and McAuliffe. Hello, Chuck. Here is Carlton, 5-4. That's a blank. Go to Jim Price. 5-3. He's going to single to short, so maybe it's a good move to put Price in as the catcher. as he singles to short, and now Sparma has a chance to bunt. So his bunt rating is a 3. It drops to a 2 because the corners are in. Check for a pickoff, and nothing's happening there. Now Carlton will check for a strikeout. 6-1, and nope, not going to be a strikeout, so there will be a bunt. He now is a 2 bunter with the corners in. So a 1 to 10 is a good bunt. First we'll see who he bunts at 2. He's going to bunt it towards the third baseman. So that means Mike Shannon will be fielding this. 1 to 10 is definitely a good bunt. Anything higher than 10 could be trouble. That's a 13. 13 says lead runner, so they're going to get the lead runner. So it's going to be 5 to 4. Fielder's choice on the bunt. So he couldn't get the bunt down successfully, and they get the lead runner, and now Sparma's at first with 1 away. And now that brings up McAuliffe again. Fly to right his first time up. 1-2, and that's the ballpark card going back to Busch Stadium for the at-bat of McAuliffe. 6-2 is a single to second base. Base hit. Only problem is Sparma runs at a 1. S4, you can almost automatically get from first to third, except if you're a 1. S4, you need a 2 or better. I'm sorry, a 3 or better to get to third, so he definitely cannot do it. He will stop at second. So runners are at first and second with 1 out, and Dick Trzaskowski, your batter. They've got Carlton on the ropes, but they didn't take advantage of it last inning, only scoring the 1 run. Could have been a lot worse. Carlton, 3-5, strikeout chance, 4 got him. So Trzaskowski is 0 for 2 with 2 Ks in that number 2 position. He is not liking that number 2 position, apparently. Hello, Frank. How you doing? In case I miss mentioning you. Carlton to K-line. 3-6, strikeout 12, too high. We go to K-line. 4-4, and that's a power result to center field, but it's only a 1-2 against lefties for some reason. That's a 20, so it wouldn't have been hit anyway. It would have been out regardless, but that seems awful low, 1-2. But that's how they rate them, so it's going to end the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. So the Tigers have left 5 runners on base in 2 innings and only have 1 run to show for it, which is why I'm saying if they lose this game, this left on base stuff will come back to bite them. That's right, X. You are exactly right. We get close games here, or at least we attempt to. All right, here is Orlando Cepeda. You're definitely not going to see managing like I do on that other channel. You will definitely not see that. You think these inside pitch cards that aren't rated for splits or cookie cutter? That other channel, that managing is cookie cutter. All right, here's Sparma to Cepeda. 4-6. It's a blank. Go to Cepeda. 2-1, star 3 is a ground ball to short. 1 away, and here's McCarver. 5-6, and McCarver a lefty, so that's a blank. Go to McCarver. 4-1, fly to left, 2 down. 2 down, here's Mike Shannon. Sparma, 4-3, that's also a blank. We go to Shannon. 4-2, that's a single to center field. First hit of the game for the Cardinals. 2-out single by Shannon. His attempt to get the lead is a 1. It's a 2, but that doesn't help him at all. So here's Julian Javier. 6-3, and that is a blank. Let's go to Javier. 2-2, and that's a star 5, ground ball to second to end the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, the man left after 2 complete. From Busch Stadium, it is still 1-0 Tigers. Carlton back out. Will be facing Horton, Freehand, and Northrup. This is part of the order that gave him problems in the first. 3-4, and that's a range play at the park. So we're going to Busch Stadium for a range play. 1-1, single plus to right field, so it could be extra bases, but it is a range check on Roger Maris. He's a 4. 1-4, he'll make this catch. He does. Takes the hit away from Willie Horton. So Maris, a nice running catch. 1 down for Bill Freehan. 2-2 is a walk plus, so he will walk Freehan. And Freehan is aboard with Jim Northrup, the batter. Carlton and Northrup. 5-3, possible error on a throw. Go to Northrup's card. 4-2, that is a single to short, so there won't be any throw to worry about. Because when you hit infield, when you get hits to the infield, the base run's automatic. Freehand's a 3, and that's all you need to get from first to third on an S4. So Freehand will scoot over and take third base. So runners are at the corners with 1 out. Northrup needs a 1, doesn't get it. So here comes Don Wirt. Tigers trying to not leave these guys on base. Carlton, 4-6 is a strikeout chance 2. He struck him out. That's out number 2. Now it's up to Jim Price. Is the Price going to be right? Price did single his first time up. 2-2 for Carlton's a walk plus, but that's going to be too high. 16 is too much, so Price will swing it. 5-6, he's going to fly to left, and the Tigers leave 2 more on base. And we go to the bottom of the third. They have left now 7 runners on base in 3 innings. The LOB is definitely not their friend right now. Could come back to bite them. Dow Maxfield will lead off for the Cardinals, followed by Carlton and Brock against Joe Sparma. 3-3, and that's a walk plus, so he will definitely walk him. And the bullpens are going to be heavy active tonight because there's a travel day tomorrow, so everybody gets to rest tomorrow, so they can come out and use up every bullpen arm they want in any situation they want. So you might see a lot of bullpen substitutions later in this game. Anyway, Maxwell walks. He does not have any attempt, but we do have attempt for a balk, and there is no balk. So Carlton's not a good bunter at all. He's only a 1. They're going to have him swing away. Sparma, 6-6 blank. We go to Carlton. 6-6, it's a ground ball back to Sparma. He has no double play rating, so Sparma's a -1. Pivoted short is 0, so it's a -1. There cannot be a double play. We're just going to see if it's a force or whether it's runner advance. It's runner advance, so how about that? With the 6, runner advances. So he grounds it to Sparma. The only play is to first base, and Maxwell will take second. So it acted like a pseudo-sacrifice bunt. Hello, Robert. I don't give a rat's arse about the NFL. That's why I'm playing. Screw the NFL. Don't like them. All right. Was that clear enough? Maybe I wasn't clear enough. I don't know. 3-5 is a walk. 3. He walks at a 4, -1, but it still fits. So Lou Brock will walk. First and second with 1 out for Kurt Flood. Sparma, 1-5, range play at the park. Infield is halfway. 5-4, it is a fly to right field. Range play on fly to right. K-line's a 5. Anything other than a 6, he will handle it easily. And he does. Fly to right, 2 down. Now Maxwell runs at a 2. To get from second to third, you lose 1, makes him a 1. K-line's a -1, so he cannot move up at all. He has to hold at second base. So not only good range from K-line makes the play, but the good arm keeps the runner from even attempting to go to third. And now here's Roger Maris in a clutch situation. 2 on, 2 outs. Bottom of the third, 1-0 Tigers. Maris trying to put him on the board. Sparma, 6-2 pitcher result. 1-9's a single. That's an 11, though, so it's a blank. Go to Maris. 6-1 fly to center. That's going to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left. We've played 3, and it's still 1-0 Tigers. Joe Sparma is doing it. Cardinal offense has gone to sleep in the last couple of games. All right, Sparma is going to be leading things off against Carlton. And yes, I'm kind of frowning on college football too because of all the paid player stuff. It's getting to be like the NFL. Next thing you know, college is going to trade players mid-season. All right, here's Carlton for a recruit to be named later. 3-2 is the pitcher result. 19 is too high. We go to Sparma. 1-3 is a star 1 ground ball to third. I'm pretty much jaded on all modern sports, no matter what they are. That's why I'm doing this stuff. Carlton 2-2 walk plus, and he walks him. That's why I'm not buying any more strat or inside pitch new sets, because I tried it with 2022. I tried my best with 2023. Tried and just couldn't get into them, and so I've given up on it. I'm sticking to the older stuff. All right, so McAuliffe is on. Here's Trzeski. 1-3, and that's a home run question mark. That passes. We go to Trzeski. He needs a 3 to get a home run, 3 or less. He does. It's a 2. Dick Trzeski, a 2-run homer after he struck out the first 2 times. I said that number 2 position wasn't to his liking, but some brilliant manager decided to put him in the number 2 spot, and here we go. Right there, 2-run homer. It makes it 3-0 Tigers, and the Cardinals don't have a chance. Here's K-Line. 5-5, that's the ballpark card. Going to Bush. Whoop, Suadice, let's try again. 4-1, and that is a fly to center field for out number 2 for Willie Horton. 2-6, and that's a strikeout, 17 too much. 4-4 is a ground ball to short, and that's going to end the inning. But 2 runs come in on the 2-run homer from Dick Trzeski. And the Tigers now lead it 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. And 0 left on base that inning with authority. And Carlton may not last too much longer. Remember, travel day tomorrow, so everybody gets to rest tomorrow, so bullpens, all the bullpen guys can come in early and often if needed. So Orlando Cepeda will lead things off. Yes, Mike, it did. It got demolished because I just couldn't take the modern baseball stuff. I just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. That's why I went back to 1987, and I love that. That's something I can stick to because I love that period. Joe Sparma, 3-3, walk plus, 15. We'll walk him. Cepeda, attempt is a 2, but down 3-0. I probably wouldn't go anyway if he got the jump, but we'll roll it anyway just to be official. Nothing happening. Here's McCarver. 3-6 is a wild pitch. That's a 12. It will be a wild pitch. So the runner moves up. Double play no longer in order. And now Sparma. 5-1 range play. To McCarver. 1-1. And that's a double to right field on the split chance, but it is a range play. And again, you got number 5 out there. Actually, he's number 6, but his range is a 5, Al Kaline. And he takes that double away very quickly, 1 away. Now, can the runner get from third to second, or second to third? He's a 3. You lose 1, drops into a 2. And again, Kaline's a -1, so it has to be a 1 for him to get to third base. And he does. How about that? So Cepeda does move up to third. That's big because now he's at third with less than 2 outs. And the Tigers, they'll play the infield. How do they want to play this? They got a 3-0 lead, but you hate giving up a cheap run. So they're going to play the infield. You know what? They're going to be aggressive all the time. Going to be your aggressiveness here, going for all the marbles. They're going to play the infield in. They don't want the Cardinals to get crap. And so you're not getting anything cheap off of me. You have to earn it. Sparma, 4-6 is a blank. We go to Shannon. 6-2, ground ball to third. It's a good thing they played in, because now Cepeda's a 1. And the only way he's safe is on a 1 or a 6. You're down by 3. You can't take that chance. So he will have to hold with 2 down. And they'll depend on Julian Javier to get it done. Julian Javier. But they will walk intentionally, Julian Javier. Another aggressive move. Yes, I'm putting the tying run on base because he sucks, Dow Maxwell. So we're going to let him, Mr. Sucks, hit and show my brilliance. Sparma, 3-4. Strikeout plus. There you go. Innings over. Enough said. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left. At the end of 4, it's 3-0. Tigers in complete control. Carlton looking for help and not finding any. Here's Bill Freehand. I am, because the NFL is one of those things that triggers me, I guess. That's one of my triggers is NFL. All right, Carlton. 3-1, strikeout, 12. Not going to happen. Freehand. 3-5, ground ball to first. 1 away, and here's Northrup. Carlton, 2-1, walk, 15 too high. We go to Carlton. We'll go to Northrup, rather. 4-6, and that's a fly to right field. 2 down. We're down work. This is Carlton's last inning. He's leading off the next inning. They will pinch hit for Carlton. So this is his last batter to face. 4-4 is a walk. 5. Now he's got to face another batter because he didn't get him out. So now he's going to have to face Price. Let's see. Wirt does not have a steal attempt. Check for balks and whatnot. Nothing happening. Here's Price. Carlton to Price. 3-5. Strikeout 9. Too high. Go to Price. 5-1. That's a single to third base. Put runners at first and second. Because you have to have a 5. You have to have a 6 to go from first to third. Even with 2 outs, he's only a 4. So now Carlton has to get Sparma out. Been trying for that elusive third out for 2 batters. 1-1, strikeout. He's not tired. He can face 28 batters. This is batter 27, so the strikeout is good. And he does get out of it, but that's all for Steve Carlton. His day is done. So Steve Carlton is going to go 5 innings. And let's see, a hit and 2 left on. So he's going to give up 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. 3 runs, all earned. He's going to walk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walks for Steve Carlton. Looked almost like what Bob Gibson did last night with all these walks. 1, 2, 3, 4 strikeouts. And that's going to be all for Carlton. Nelson Briles will be coming in relief. Since he is no longer starting anymore in the World Series, they will use him in long relief. So Nelson Briles will be coming on to pitch for the Cardinals. And they needed a pinch hitter. And the pinch hitter is going to be Bobby Tolan. So Tolan will pinch hit, and Briles will be the new pitcher to pitch the 6th inning. So Joe Sparma back out. Bobby Tolan, your pinch hitter. Here in the bottom of the 5th of a 3-0 ball game. Sparma 1-3, strikeout 5, got him. So Bobby Tolan fails in the pinch. As Sparma strikes him out, here's Lou Brock. 5-1, and that's a range play. Go to Brock. 4-3, that's a ground ball to first. We're checking the range of the first baseman, Freehand. He's a 3. And he makes the play. How about that? Even sort of out of position, he makes the play. He will flip to Sparma covering for out number 2. And here's Kurt Flood. So Mayo Smith picking all the right moves in this game. 1-2, strikeout 9, too high. We go to Flood. 5-4, and he's going to line it to first, and that's the end of the inning. Sparma on his game, shutting out the Cardinals through 5 innings. We go to 6, it's still 3-0. And Nelson Briles is on the mound in relief. He can face 6 batters. He had 35 relief appearances in 1967, 14 starts. Although in real world he did start game 3. And he'll be facing Dick McCullough, top of the order for the Tigers in this 3-0 ball game. Briles 5-5, strikeout 5, got him. So McCullough is out on strikes. Here's Trzeski at that big 2-run homer his last time up. 5-2 is a blank. We go to Trzeski. 4-6, he's going to single to short. So Trzeski 2 for 4, being moved up brilliantly into the number 2 position. I mean, I'm still in awe of that move. Strategy roll for Briles. Nothing happening. Here's Al Kaline. 6-3 is a range play. Infield is halfway. Kaline 2-3, ground ball to second, so the infield is halfway. Javier's a 2. He drops to a 1 with them being halfway. And he can't get it. He would have gotten it without halfway, but being in double play depth, he couldn't get it. It's a S4. And Trzeski will motor to third base. So runners on the corners with only 1 out. Infield's going to have to come in. Infield will have to come in. Can't trust the double play. They're going to have to try to choke the run at the plate. 6-5, strikeout, or they can get a strikeout, but 20's too high. Willie says, you're not striking me out. 4-6, that's a star 4. Fly to left, could be a sacrifice fly. His sacrifice fly rating is a 1. Doesn't work that way. The runner on third, Trzeski, runs at a 3. Outfield arm and left, Brock is a 0. 1-3, it'll be a sacrifice fly. And it is. Sacrifice fly for Willie. And the Tigers take a 4-0 lead. 4-0 Tigers. Kaline at first with 2 outs, and here's Bill Freehand. 20, so it's a 1-3 balk, 4-7 pickoff, or 8 is a pickoff error. That's a 6, so he picked off Al Kaline, who might have been daydreaming over there, to end the inning. But they do get the run on the sac fly by Horton. 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Freehand will have to lead off next inning. Bottom of the 6th, 4-0. Favor of the Tigers. And Roger Maris steps to the plate. Maris is 0 for 2 against Sparma. 4-6 blank. We go to Roger Maris. 3-2, and that is a fly to left. 1 down, he's 0 for 3. Here's a Cepeda. Sparma 1-1, walk chance. 15 is too high. We go to Cepeda. 4-6, that's a ground ball to second. Sparma says, Cardinals, you might as well go home because you ain't winning this game. 2-5, ballpark card. Busch Stadium for McCarver. 1-5, power result to right field. That's a 6. That'll be a double for McCarver, but it's a 2-out double. 2-out double, so Sparma's still not feeling any pain off of that. Here's Shannon. 5-4. That's a possible error. Go to Shannon. And that's a 2-3 ground ball to second. But that's a 16. McAuliffe's only a 10, so he will make the play to end the inning. So Joe Sparma has tossed 6 shutout frames at the Cardinals. And we go to the 7th with the score 4-0. Due up for the Tigers. Freehand, he was on base when Kaline got picked off. Bryles, 3-2, strikeout chance. Is he tired? I need to check and see if he's tired. No, he only faced 4 batters. This is batter number 5, so he's not tired. So the strikeout possibility is still there, and a 2 means it is a strikeout. So Freehand is out. Here's Northrup. 3-5, and that's a blank to a lefty. So we go to Northrup. 3-6, ground ball to second, 2 down, and now Bryles is tired. So any parentheses roll, he will have to leave the game. 6-4 is a walk chance, and he does walk him. Brings up Price. Price is right. Going for the Price is right. Price is 2 for 3. Another brilliant move, bringing in Price to catch. Bryles. 3-3, range play at the park. Going to Busch Stadium for Price in a range play. 2-2, single plus to center field. This could be extra bases. Flood, though, is a 4. He has to make this catch to keep the Cardinals in the game. He does not. It's a single plus to center field, so that means Wirt will take third automatically. Price has a chance to extend this to a double. He's a 1. Flood's a 0. It's a 5. He's got to hold it to a single. So runners are at the corners with 2 outs for Joe Sparma. Bryles is tired, but they're thinking he can at least get the pitcher out. He ought to at least be able to do that. Bryles, 4-5, but that's a wild pitch, 10. It's a possible pass ball on McCarver. McCarver is a 4. He needs a 4 or less to prevent the pass ball. He does, so McCarver saves his bacon right there. Bryles owes him a steak dinner after that. Here's Bryles, 1-5, automatic out to Sparma, so he does get out of the inning. And it will be a ground ball to second. And that'll be it for Mr. Bryles. So Bryles is going to go 2 innings. Allow the 1 run. And he allows 3 hits. He will walk 1 and strike out 2. So we go to the 7th inning stretch here in St. Louis. There will be a pinch hitter, of course, for Bryles. It'll be Javier, Maxfield, and a pinch hitter for Bryles. And they'll probably hit for Maxfield because he sucks. So we'll bring in somebody to hit for him. They got to find somebody. They're bringing Bob Gibson to hit for him with nobody else. So they're going to bring in Ricketts to hit for Maxfield. And then Brasode will stay in the game and play short. So it's going to be Javier leading off and then Ricketts to pinch hit. And then Alex Johnson will pinch hit for the pitcher Bryles. So we're going to have Javier and 2 pinch hitters coming up for the Cardinals. Maxfield, you're toast. So it's going to be Javier, Ricketts, and Johnson. Sound like a bad law firm. Those will be the top 3. Sparma can come back out. He has faced 25 batters, or he can face 25 batters. Right now he has faced 24. So he's on the verge of being fatigued. But he's pitching a shutout, so they're going to give him every chance in the world to keep going. So on the bench for the Cardinals now, they're going to use Brasode, Johnson, and Ricketts. At least Spezio and Gagliano on the bench, and they'll have to figure out who the bullpen arm is going to be, I'm thinking it's going to be Willis, most likely. Will be Willis. So right now it's Javier. 7th inning stretch. Tabby is not in the room, so she is enjoying herself out in the hallway. I've got the air conditioner on and the window unit on here because I was a little stuffy. She likes it warm, so it's a little cool in here for her. So that's fine. She can catch up later. All right, so here is Sparma to face Javier. 3-6, ball one on a wild pitch. 6-5, that's a possible error on the throw. We go to Javier's card. 3-3, it's a ground ball to short, possible error on the throw. That's a 3. It will be an error on the throw of Trzuski. He's a 9, so it will be an error. So Javier will reach on an E6 throwing error. Now the receiver is freehand. He's a 3. And he does block it, so there's no advance. Just the one base for Javier. He's safe with the one base. That's all he'll get. And now Ricketts, the pinch hitter for Maxville, will be up. Strategy rolls are no longer in play, with the score being what it is. This is... Well, he's now tired. Sparma's now tired. That was batter 25. So he's going to be tired, so he's going to keep going. 5-1 range play. We go to Ricketts for the range check. 4-5, and that is a ground ball to first. The range is freehand. He's a 3, but they're halfway. Makes during playing double play does makes him a 2. 1-2 for a double for a to successfully field this. It is not. It's going to get by him. Single or a double. It'll be a single. Pinch hit single for Ricketts. Javier is a 4. And let's see, single. Let's see here. Go to the chart. All runners advance 2 bases. So Javier will make it to third base. So runners are at the corners. Ricketts did his job. Now Alex Johnson, the other pinch hitter, is up, trying to do his job. Sparma is tired. The bullpen is... for the Tigers is ready. They may go to that bullpen. They may not want to wait around too much longer. So with Johnson coming up, but then they got Brock a left. You got some lefties coming up after this. So they're going to let Sparma face one more batter. This is the last batter for Sparma. He will face Johnson. Then they're going to bring in Hank Aguirre to face Lou Brock. But Sparma will get the chance. See if he can get out of this. 5-4, that's a possible error. Go to Johnson. 2-1, ground ball to short. That's a 13. Trzuski's only a 9, so there will not be an error, but there will be a possible double play. He's a 3. Halfway is a 4. The pivot at second is a 0. 1-4, it's a double play. And it is. How about that? Double play. The run's going to score. Almost irrelevant. It's a 6-4-3 double play. Makes it 2 quick outs. With the bases empty, the Cardinals do have a run now. It's now 4-1. But now Lou Brock is up. And I don't know. They want Aguirre. They're going to have Aguirre come in. So Sparma is going to leave. And Hank Aguirre is going to come on, the left-hander, to face Lou Brock. Lefty on lefty. So Sparma is going to go 6 2/3. He is going to give up 1, 2, just 3 hits. So far, just the 1 run, which is unearned. And let's see, walks. He walked 1 and 1 intentionally, which was a brilliant move to do that, so I'm not holding him against that. 2 walks total with 1 intentional. And strikeouts, 1, 2, 3. 3 strikeouts. And of course, he is in line to be the winner. So Sparma will watch the rest of this game from the dugout and cheer on his teammates. Here's Aguirre to Brock. 2 out, space is clear. 1-4, strikeout plus 19. He's a 10, -1's a 9, but the plus is a 19. And there you go. Brilliant managing move again. Bringing in the lefty to face Brock, and he get the strikeout. Telling you what, you just don't see that on the other channel. I'm sorry. Only in his dreams do you see that. All right, so Gary gets the out. Cardinals get 1 run, but that is it. It's a 4-1 game, and we go to the top of the 8th, and Ron Willis will come in and try to keep things close for the Cardinals, but I doubt he will. But he's going to try. McAuliffe will be the leadoff man as we're at the top of the order. And the Tigers might do some pinch hitting as well. Let's see. They got some lefties on the bench that they has not been used. Let's see what they might want to do with that. Ooh, I don't know. I think we'll let McAuliffe keep going. He's a leadoff man. 2-1, possible error on a throw. We go to McAuliffe. 1-1, power result to right field goes to 17. That's a 9. It'll be a double for McAuliffe. Double for McAuliffe. He's aboard, and here's Trzeski. Willis to Trzeski. 6-2 is a walk chance. That's a 3. He will walk him. So first 2 are on, runners at first and second. We'll have a pinch runner for Trzeski as he is going to come out of the ball game. They will have a pinch runner, Ray Euler, who will stay in the game to play shortstop with a much better defensive rating of 5.90. So Euler will pinch run, stay in the game to play shortstop. Runners at first and second, nobody out. And coming up now is Al Kaline. Willis in deep trouble. Willis, 2-1, possible error on the throw. I got something messed up here. Hold on. Possible error on the throw. Got that much straight. Why is this thing messing up? Come on now. Give me something here. Okay, 2-1, possible error on the throw. Kaline, 6-3, ground ball to short, possible throwing error on Brousseau. And his error rating, unfortunately, is an 18. That's a 13. So he is going to throw that away. An error. Let's see. First of all, I got to see where he's throwing it to. Could have been a double play chance. He's a 3. +1's a 4. Halfway is a 5. Pivot at second would have been a -1/4. It's a 6. His throw was to first base since we got a 6. So the receiver is Cepeda. He's a 3. And he can't block it. Kaline. Let's see what Kaline can do. First of all, let's see what McAuliffe do. He's a lead runner. So we got an E6. McAuliffe is a 4. And he cannot advance. It's going to be bases loaded. So bases are loaded with nobody out, and Willis cannot get anybody out, but his defense is letting him down also. So not totally his fault. Infield is now in for Willie Horton. You're right. Mr. Sucks doesn't make that error, but they're down 4-1, so they can't have Mr. Sucks batting. They got to have somebody else batting. Here's Willis. 4-1 blank. Willie Horton. 5-3 fly to right field. Possible sacrifice fly. He's a 1. Not going to get it. Lead runner McAuliffe's a 4. Maris is a -1. 1-3. And he gets it. Sacrifice fly for Horton. His second one in a row. Sacrifice fly to left his last inning. Sacrifice fly to right this inning. It's now 5-1. Euler was at third base, but he cannot get there. That 3 is not going to hold up because of the -1 from the arm of Maris. So sacrifice fly, only 1 runner advances. The run is in. And now here's Freehand. Right now that run is unearned. Here's Freehand. Bases are still loaded. I'm sorry, it's first and second. Double play depth. Willis 4-2. Range play. The infield's halfway, so the range could hurt him. 3-3, and that's a single to left, so we're checking the range of Brock, who's a 4. Definitely has to make this catch. He does not. It's going to drop. Single or a double. Or was it a single already? I think it was a single already. Thinking it was an F. I think it was a single to left already, so it's going to stay a single for freehand. Single to left, Oilers a 3. To score from second on the single to left, it is a +2, a +1, so that makes him a 4, and the outfield arms is 0. So 1 to 4, he will score. He does, and that with a 1 there, that means he's a 1 to 3, but he's still going to score. And since that's a 1, that means K-Line has a chance to take third base. He runs at a 4. And he will take third base. So he will take third base on the throw. And Willis is now tired. Willis just can't handle the pressure. And that's going to be it for Willis. They will go to the left-hander, Joe Horner. Try to stop the bleeding. Although the Tiger onslaught is pretty much unstoppable at this point. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Joe Horner facing Jim Northrup. Infield is in naturally. 3-1, strikeout, 19 too high. 6-3, single to center. Tiger hit parade continues. Scoring is K-Line. Freehand to get to third, he's a 3. Single to center, you lose 1, he's a 2. So 1 to 2, and he'll make it. He does. So K-Line, Freehand will take third base on the single by Northrup. 3 runs are in this inning. It is now 7-1 Tigers. And here's Don Wirt. 6-1, automatic out on the star line, and the star line will be a fly to right. But it is a sacrifice fly. He's a 1. That's not going to work. Freehand's a 3, but a -1 arm from Maris makes it a 2. And it's a sacrifice fly to right. Second sacrifice fly of the inning. Scores the run. Now 4 runs are in. It is now 8-1 Tigers. And Jim Price, the batter. 3-3, strikeout too high. We go to Price. 1-2, fly to left, the inning mercifully over. 4 runs for the Tigers. They do it on 1, 2, 3 hits. There was an error and a walk and 2 sacrifice flies. Left 1 on base. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. It is 8-1. And the faithful here at Busch Stadium have started filing out. All right, Hank Aguirre still out. Only faced 1 batter, so he can keep going. Here's Flood. 2-5, blank. Here's Flood. 5-5, single to second. Flood is aboard. Here's Roger Maris. Aguirre, 3-5, range play. Go to Maris. 3-1, ground ball to first. Again, Freehand's a 3, drops to a 2. Can't get it. It's going to get by him for a single. Single puts runners at first and possibly third. Let's see, S3. S3 is a single. So to get from first to third, you need a 2 or better. So he'll make it. Flood will make it to third base. And now the Tiger bullpen might want to do away with Aguirre. He's not doing so well right now. 6-4, range play at the park. We're going to Busch Stadium for a range play. Whoop. Come on out of there. I'm going to re-roll that because that was a pregnant pause, and I don't like that. All right, 4-1 range play. Fly to center field. Possible sacrifice fly. He's a 2. And it will be a sacrifice fly to center field. Cardinals get on the board again, cut it to 8-2. And here's McCarver. This is the 5th batter, so he will be tired after McCarver. Aguirre, 6-2, blank. Go to McCarver. 3-2, ground ball to first, possible double play, but not likely. He's a 2, and that's a -2, so that's a 0. So there's no double play chance at all. No double play chance whatsoever, so we'll roll and see what happens. It's a 4, and that's more than what Maris had, so it's a fielder's choice. It's going to be 3-6 on the fielder's choice. 2 down for Mike Shannon. Aguirre is tired, but they want to get him through the inning. 1-3, strikeout 6, and he does. So Aguirre pitches an inning and a third. And let's see, Briles pitched. Where did Briles come out here? Oh, and I'll go up here. Inning and a third. And he gave up 2 hits and a run, which was earned. No walks, 2 strikeouts. And they'll have somebody else pitch the 9th. It's now an 8-2 game. Let's see, Willis. We finished the book on Willis. Willis, 1, 2, 2 hits for Willis in an inning and a third. No, not an inning and a third. In 1/3 of an inning, I should say. Not an inning and a third, but 1/3 of an inning for Willis. 1/3 of an inning, he gave up 2 hits and 4 runs. Not all of them are earned, obviously, because of that. In fact, 2 of them are earned, 2 of them are not. 1 walk, no strikeouts. And Horner can keep going. That's it for Aguirre. We go to the 9th. And we'll get a pinch hitter for Aguirre because he's the leadoff man. And they will let, they got such a big lead, they're not even going to bother Fred Gladding. They're going to let Wickersham finish. I'm going to give Gladding the extra day off and use Wickersham instead. And let's see who the Tigers are going to pinch hit with. They will pinch hit with, let's see, Euler they've already used. They're going to use Mickey Stanley. He will pinch hit. He's the only righty still left on the bench. Doesn't get much playing in this World Series, so now's a good time to get him in. Mickey Stanley. And he will be facing Horner. Horner has faced 3 batters. He can face 5, so he's still okay. Top of the 9th, 8-2, your score. 8-2. Why this thing keeps doing this, I have no idea. That back on there. Now it's really way off. Hold on. Is that going to show up now? All right, so here is Joe Horner facing Mickey Stanley. 3-5, that's a strikeout chance. 6, got him. So Mickey Stanley strikes out in a pinch hitting role. So Mickey Stanley is out of there, 1 away. Brings up the top of the order McAuliffe, followed by Ray Euler, who'll get a rare at bat. 6-6, possible error on a throw. 1-4, single to second base. Is there a possible throwing error? Javier's a 10. That's a 7. It'll be a throwing error. Single plus a throwing error on top of that. So McAuliffe will reach. The throwing error will send him to second base on the E4. And now I believe we look at the chart and the BR determines if he gets that extra base. Let's see here. Failed error on a throw on a single to the infield, number 9. All right, infield single with 1 extra advancement on bad throw, otherwise only gets 1 base total. That's kind of weird. I guess just 1 base advancement. Okay, never mind. 1 base advancement, single plus to put him at second base. Doesn't matter. It's 8-2, game's over anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Here's Euler. Horner, 5-2. And against a right-hander, that's a walk chance. 18 will be too high. Go to Euler. 4-5. That's a star 1 fly to center. 1 away. Call-off is a 4 to get from second to third. You lose 2, makes him a 2. 1-2, he can take third base. He does not. 6 means he might be out. 1-3, go to the third throw. It's a 6 means he holds. So he holds at second base. And that'll bring up K-line. And now Horner is tired, but going to try to get him through the inning if possible. 1-4, and he hit the tired result. That's a walk chance. 6 will walk him. And he's going to have to come out of the game. So he will have to leave, and they'll have to bring in Jack LeMabe, right-hander. He will be coming in. Try to finish out the inning without giving up any more damage. Here's Horton. He's got 2 sacrifice flies in this game. 3-5. That is a strikeout chance. 3 struck him out number 2, so no sacrifice fly here. Freehand will leave the game, and they will bring on a better first baseman and a left-handed pinch hitter to top that off. So let's see who they're going to go to. They're going to go to Norm Cash to pinch hit. And he's a much better defender at first base. So Norm Cash will be on to play first base in the bottom of the 9th. And he'll also get a free at bat against LeMabe. Norm Cash. 2 on, 2 out. 1-6. And against a lefty, that's a straight up home run. That's a 17. That's a 5. Even in a blowout, the masterminding management of the Detroit manager is just mind-boggling. That's a 3-run home run for Norm Cash. I mean, who would have even thought to bring Norm Cash in an 8-2 game? But there you go. 3-run bomb. It's now 11-2. And the Cardinals are crying for mercy. And their Tigers are showing them none. LeMabe, 2-3. Not tired, but he should be. Here's Northrop. 2-1, single to short. They're just piling it on. That brings up Don Wirt. LeMabe, 5-1, strikeout 13. Not going to happen. Here's Wirt, 6-1, ground ball to third. That's mercifully over in this inning. So nothing doing anymore. LeMabe's going to go 2/3 of an inning, and he's going to give up a run on 2 hits. The other 2 runs are charged to Horner. Did strike out 1, but 3 runs come in. All of them earned because that E4 had nothing to do with it. 7, 10, 11. 11-2 is our score as we go to the bottom of the 9th. And Wickersham will be coming on to mop things up for the Tigers. Cardinals will send Julian Javier, a pinch hitter for Brousseau. And that pinch hitter will be Ed Spezio. He will pinch hit for Brousseau. And Gagliano will pinch hit for the pitcher. So they're going to try to use a couple of pinch hitters. Might as well. Got nothing else to lose. So they will use Spezio and Gagliano. That'll be everybody off their bench. But right now it's Javier facing Wickersham. Obviously not a save situation. An 11-2 game. Wickersham, 6-4, strikeout 10. He's an 11. -1, struck him out. Javier's out of there. Here's Spezio. And then he'll be followed by Gagliano. And that'll be the entire bench of the Cardinals that has been used. So here is Spezio, 5-1. Strikeout, 15 too high. We go to Spezio. 6-2. It's a pop to first, or pop to the pitcher, rather. 2 away. Last chance, it's Gagliano. 3-3, possible error on a throw. Gagliano 5-4. It's a ground ball to third. That's Don Wirt. His error rating is a 5. That's a 3. It will be a throwing error on Don Wirt. E5. The receiver cash is a 4. Can't get it. Can Gagliano move up? He does. So Gagliano takes second. 2-base error on Don Wirt to extend the ball game by 1 more batter. And it's Lou Brock. Lou Brock is your batter. Wickersham, 2-4. And that's a range play for Lou Brock. 2-6. It's a fly to right. Appropriately enough, the range goes to K-Line, who's a 5. And there's your ball game. K-Line puts it away. And the Tigers put away the Cardinals by the score of 11-2. Just throttling the Cardinals and sending them back to submission. Putting them out of their misery in this game finally. So for the Cardinals, 1, 2, 3, 5. I got them for 5 hits total. 2 runs and 5 hits. And they also made a couple of errors, I do believe. 1 error here. Nope, just the 1 error apparently, right here. Nope, 2 errors. I thought there was a second error. So there were 2 errors. So 2, 5, and 2 for the Cardinals. Tigers did make 2 errors as well. But when you score 11 runs, you can afford that. Let's see, base hits. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 13, 16 base hits. So final line score, 11, 16, and 2 for the Tigers, 2, 5, and 2 for the Cardinals. Tigers have won 3 in a row. The road team has won every game of the series. So maybe the Cardinals have luck. We're going back to Tiger Stadium. It'll be Mickey Lolich for the Tigers, and it will be for the Cardinals, Dick Hughes. And if it gets to a Game 7, it would be Earl Wilson versus Bob Gibson. But they got to get there first. So the Tigers will have a happy plane ride back to Motown. The Cardinals shaking their heads, wonder what happened to the 2-game lead. They lost all their mojo. And like I said, Friday, tomorrow night, will be an off night for travel as they fly to Detroit and try to figure out what's going to go on. And Cardinals have got some soul searching to do because they have lost 3 in a row, and would look like a sweep for them. Now they might get swept in 4 in a row in the next 4 games. So they got to figure out their situation, get their pitching straight, and definitely get their hitting straight. They're just not hitting the ball at all, not scoring enough runs, not nearly enough runs. They're making the Tiger pitchers look like Cy Young when they aren't that good to begin with. But it will be lefty Mickey Lolich against the right-hander Dick Hughes in Game 6. And that will be Saturday night, Game 6 from Detroit. If it goes to 7, of course, it will be Sunday night game. And that will, of course, be Bob Gibson against Earl Wilson, a rematch of Games 1 and 4. So I hadn't been keeping with the chat. I was kind of into the game and trying to get through it a little bit and trying to be sarcastic in some of my comments. Hopefully that sarcasm came through. If it didn't, then I didn't. My humor fell flat. But I was trying to be sarcastic in many occasions and talking about my brilliant managing and that other channel. But of course, we all love Robert. That's a great channel. So no disparagement on his channel whatsoever. We just have fun ribbing each other. So he talks about the fluffy cat and everything else. So we just have a good old time. That's part of the whole process, is to have fun enjoy the people in the community and whatnot. So we're going to trade out our red dice for our blue dice in game number 6 from Detroit. So hope you all had a nice evening. If you like the NFL, more power to you. Go for it. Go watch it. It's probably, it didn't start till what, like 8, like 8:45 or something. So it probably isn't like the first quarter or something. So probably be on till midnight, most likely on the East Coast. But yes, there was not massive rigging, Chuck. That was just the Yankees were just too good for the Tigers in that game. And the Tigers didn't have Kirk Gibson. I guess he started the season injured. He wasn't there. So that certainly did not help them. And should be Hall of Famer Don Mattingly just blew him away. Single, double, and a home run. And just took care of business. And then even Dan Pasquale had 2 home runs in that game. So, and Mr. May, like you said, hit a home run also. So Jack Morris gave up the gopher ball too many times. But that's only one game of the season. So there's 161 for him to go. And so noon tomorrow, that reminds me, noon tomorrow, the final game on April the 6th will be presented at noon tomorrow. It'll be from Kansas City, as we have the Chicago White Sox taking on the Kansas City Royals. And trying to remember the starting, I think it's Rich Dotson for the White Sox and Danny Jackson for the Royals, but don't hold me to it. I think that's who it is. Could be wrong, but I think that's who it is. And that's, like I said, once that's done, then we move on to the April 7th games, which are the 4 teams that did not play April 6th. The other teams on April 6th will have April 7th off. So April 7th, you have Oakland at Minnesota. That game will be most likely presented on Monday at noon. And then on Tuesday at noon, we'll present the final game, which would be Seattle at California. And that means everybody will get one game played on video, which is my goal, to play all the opening day videos from all the opening day games so you can see every team. Then going forward, once we get to April 8th, I'm going to pick one game for that day to play on video. The other games I'm going to play offline, but I will have a summary of what happened that day before I play that game on April the 8th. The April 8th game has been predetermined to be Texas at Baltimore. And then the April 9th game will be Chicago at Kansas City because Mark Gubaza is pitching, and it's my rib on ID Jester with his Gubaza. So that's what's going on there. So hope you all are having a wonderful evening and stay safe. Enjoy the weekend that's about to come up very, very shortly. Again, 67 series, no game tomorrow night. I'll probably be I'm supposed to be going to a high school football game tomorrow night. That's one of the football games I can enjoy is high school, because that's kind of, unfettered by, at least hopefully unfettered by all the other stuff. But you never know. Sometimes even these high schools can be a little chinky with some of these, better players that live in one area and play somewhere else because they've got a third aunt somewhere that lives near the school, so they, allow them to play there. So that's, But for the schools that aren't that talented, they don't worry about that stuff. The kids just go out and play and have a good old time. So anyway, that's what I'm supposed to be doing for that. So that's that. All right. Thank you all for spending part of your Thursday night with me and tolerating my little bit of rambunctious attitude tonight, and a little wound up. And now I can go cool off and relax and pet Tabby and all that good stuff. So anyway, that's good from here. Again, final score: Detroit 11, St. Louis 2. In fact, before I stop, I want to look at all the past score sheets and take a look here. And let's see. Lolich pitched that game. Wilson. Okay, so yeah. So let's look at the last 3 games of the series. The 3 games in St. Louis. Let's get a total here. Detroit won the game 3 5-3, 7-2. So that's 12-5, and then that's 11. That's 23-7. So Detroit outscored St. Louis 23-7 in this 3-game set in St. Louis. That's about as big of a butt whipping as you can say. To come into your house and whip your butt, that's pretty embarrassing if you're the Cardinals. Supposed to be world champions, but you're not playing like it. So anyway, that's going to do it from here. Have a good night, everybody, and hopefully, if you want to check in the '87 Stratomax Super Advanced game between the White Sox and the Royals, that'll be at noon tomorrow. And of course, the NBC game of the week on Saturday, 11 a.m., and that will be the Detroit Tigers and the Boston Red Sox, 1973. And I know Bill Lee's pitching for Boston. I'm not sure who's pitching for Detroit. I'm not sure if it's Joe Coleman or somebody else. I'd have to look it up, but I know Bill Lee's pitching. But anyway, that's going to do it from here. Have a good night, everybody. Stay safe out there, and enjoy your weekend as the weekend's coming up. And Tabby says, until next time, enjoy whatever game you choose to play, how you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.